What up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
I'm your host, California Cal, and this is episode 78 of the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
Yo, we're like moving here, dude. We're really moving along here. If you're watching this on video, apologies for all the smoke in the lens because I just burnt some sage and it's still going. So yeah. For those of you who are new to the show, really what we do is we're here to help share knowledge, share wisdom, entertain, and really make an impact all at the same time while just sharing lifelong stories. And we really do that in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. So we're here to really just kick authenticity to the fullest degree. That's really like, they say, what's your show about? I often have a hard time contextualizing it, but really what the show's about is about authenticity and having conversations that need to be had in a fucking cool ass way. That's really the premise and the basis of this show. So we're going to do a little bit of storytelling. I know that people miss a lot of the gangster stories and the fucking hood tales and all this shit. And like, and I realized that I'm a pretty good storyteller and that I should practice telling stories. I don't know why exactly, but something just tells me I should. I've always wanted to write a kid's book, and I've actually started. I need to just really complete it and finish it. But then the world of NFTs opened up, so now I'm kind of like, my focus is like, oh shit, how do I turn my book into an NFT and da-da-da-da-da, so on and so on and so on. We're going to take this a little old school. I'm going to smoke a blunt while we fucking record this episode. I am on, for those of you who are following and curious, I just completed day 14 of 75 hard.
Damn, dude.
So for those of you that don't know, go back and look at the other episodes or go look it up yourself. Hashtag 75 hard. I'm fucking going, bro. No cheating whatsoever. I've been staying good. I've been eating healthy. I've been doing the whole thing, every ounce of water, working out beyond the minutes I'm supposed to, and that whole thing. Oh, so smoke is going in my nose. It's like, I was listening to not the last episode, the episode before that. It like hella sounds like I'm like sick or have a cold. It's just like, for whatever reason, right before I started recording, my nose got all stuffy. And it's been happening lately. Right before I start recording, my nose gets stuffy. I'm like, bro, like I've been fine all day. Like just at the end of the night, my nose getting stuffy. That's weird. But I think also because I'm outside so much and my body's working twice as much to keep up and I'm detoxing all this crap, like I'm just sweating out and spitting out and everything, all the nasty shit that I've been eating and piling up and all the like shitty energy and all of that type of stuff, you know? So I realized that I could have had a lot more people hooked on the introduction of the show if I announced what this particular episode was about, which is we're going to name this episode 78, How I Got My House Raided by the ATF. That's going to be the title of this show. Because it's a pretty fucking crazy story and everything that led up to it and kind of like built around it. So, first of all, day 14, 75 hard. It's feeling a little bit more automatic. My knee hurts like a motherfucker. I kind of hurt my shoulder lifting today too. So I'm going to have to tone it down or just kind of do things a little differently until it kind of heals back up a little. At the same time, I'm not trying to overdo it or none of that. It was cool having my kids this weekend because we were able to all go and exercise and hike together. And it's funny seeing a little kid hike. Like, it's just so cute, like seeing a baby hike. It's really fucking dope. And I realized I didn't share this on my Instagram yet. But I wanted to share this. Well, I'm going to share it. But I was asking my oldest son kind of just like a quick little interview question because I've been sharing realizations that I've been having over the last while on Instagram, and people have been liking it. So I went out with my son and I asked him something, and I realized I wasn't even planning on I wasn't expecting to do this, but I'll play this for you guys because it really made me fucking think. And then we'll get back into the rest of the story here.
Think quickly happens. What is it that makes young people turn old?
What makes young people turn old?
Yeah, what's the switch?
I think it's when you lose connection, true connection to what it's like to be somebody of a younger person. Because we've all been younger, but none of us have ever been older.
Whoa, yeah.
Like, we're the oldest we are right now,
Mm-hmm.
but we've experienced life as a younger person. But when you lose that and you flip it to where, you think that you're going to just be older and older, that's when you become old.
Damn, that's fucking fire, dude. That's really fucking fire. That's sick. Thanks, dude. That's ill. That's way ill. Bro.
So,
Damn, dude.
that's pretty hard, right? Like, excuse me. That perspective is a trip, dude. I was like, whoa. I don't know if I've thought of it like that. That's pretty fucking sick, dude. Like, damn, that really made me think. It's like, we are the oldest that we've ever been, right? And that's crazy because if we are the oldest we've ever been, how good a shape are we in? How good of mental health are we in? How good of a situation are we in? How much of this did we create by taking action or not taking action? You know what I'm saying? So it made me really think that, like, holy shit, dude, like, you're right. Like, I'm the oldest I've ever been, but if I flip it and I forget, I'm also, I was going to say the youngest I've ever been. That's not true. See, but it's weird because right now I'm the youngest I've ever been today. And then right now I'm the youngest I've been today. And it's like, it kind of is like, if you re-stamp that moment, it kind of reclaims it. It's kind of trippy. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was pretty dope. So it was cool to go and have my kids because it was like, yo, we're hiking. I see them that I'm seeing in real life that their influence is to be outdoors, to go hiking, to go do these things. And I love that. That's cool because kids are not meant to be inside, especially after all this demic and all this shit we got. Like, kids need to be going the fuck outside. You know what I'm saying? So that's the least we're going to do. I don't have a lot of friends to bring around my kid to socialize and all this shit. So it's kind of like a tricky thing. At the same time, it's all good. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We're learning as we go. So, excuse me. I'm trying to hit this button real quick. This is some fucking gas, by the way. Some Mac 1. Excuse me. That's pretty fucking dang. So, let's get into this. How did I get my house raided by the ATF? You know, maybe I'll restructure that title because I was accused of murder. And that's why I got my house raided by the ATF. So maybe I'll call it something like accused of murder, house raided by the ATF. No, that gives it away. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, how I got my house raided by the ATF. That's what we're going to call this. So let's rewind a little bit here. That's the rewinding noise for those of you who are unfamiliar. So I got where to start in this timeline. Okay, so let's bring this all the way back to 2002, 2003. I was a senior in high school at Mary Mesa High School. I ended up getting kicked out because I got in a fight and I had terrible grades at the same time. And in this fight, I fucked this kid up. Like, I fucked him up, dude. Like, so basically, and it's kind of funny, I still remember this, all these crazy rumors went around the school that I beat up like 3 or 5 people at the same time. Like, I remember my ex, she went to class and was like, oh my God, your boyfriend's crazy. He beat up 5 people. And she's like, what? Like, I know he's down, but he beat up 5 people. Like, what do you mean? And dude, crazy rumors went around the school like fast. And from after that fight, 100% nobody was fucking with me. Like, I fucking slept this kid, literally. He kept trying, he was a blood, he kept trying to bang on me, and fucking, I was like, bro, he kept doing this fucking pussy shit where he would come up and like yank my backpack during like the hall, like while the hallway was crowded, and he'd run away. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh, hell no, dude. So one time, like, I wasn't the greatest student, but like, so I kind of ditched class and I was walking around with my homegirl who was doing the attendance collecting. Like, back at our school, they had a person who, if you had good grades or whatever, you were allowed to take this as an elective or whatever, where your class was to walk around and just pick up attendance from each classroom. And it was cool knowing the attendance girl because I'd be like, hey, dude, like, I ditched fucking, all the way to third period, fourth period, like let me write myself in. So boom, boom, boom. So that was cool. And it was just a homie, so we're walking around, but I'm walking with her. I ditched my class and I'm walking around with her, and we go into the cooking class, which I had at a different period. But I see this fool there. I'm not going to say his name. For those of you who remember in high school, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, most likely. So so I see him in class, and I'm walking the attendance. Like, I'm trying to act like I'm part of this attendance thing. So it's like my teacher seeing me come in, knowing I'm a badass student. Like, how the fuck are you in attendance? Like, so anyway, we walk into the class, and I see this fool, and he starts talking shit in Tagalog. He's like, he's just like calling me all these names. He's like, bakla, blah, 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 calling me gay, this, that, all these, like, whatever, right? And then he's just like, ha, asshole. Like, he said something like that, fucker, faggot. He said something like that. And I was like, he thought because I was standing in front of a whole classroom and teacher that I wouldn't do anything. But he was like, fuck you. Or he said something like that. And I was like, the fuck you say, homie? I was like, what's up? What's cracking? Blah, blah, blah. I'll fuck you up right now, right here. Blah, 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 blah. And I just fucking went off on this dude in the middle of class. And he went, oh shit. Like, he didn't think I was down like that, Especially because I got light skin, and it's like, I don't look Asian. Like, I look like I'm trying to be something. It's like, no, I actually am. Whatever, right? So that happens. He doesn't say shit. He shuts up really fast and just turns around in his seat. My teacher, because in that class, I had kids who were way worse than I was. She saw me as not that bad of a kid. It's just more like I was dumb, kind of. So she's like, Calvin, like, what the heck? Like, what is going on? Like, get out of here. Like, so I was just like, man, I'll fuck you up, homie. Blah, 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 blah. Talking all this shit, walking out of the classroom. And then some time goes by, and I'm like, cool, whatever, right? So one day, they're like, hey, homie wants to talk to you. And maybe like several days go by. I'm like, he wants to talk to me? I was like, all right, I'm down with that. That's cool. Because, like, really, I had no fucking idea who this guy was. He was smaller than me, and he was trying to pick on me. And I'm like, this is, like, backwards and weird, but I think, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of trippy. So he goes, and he's like, yo, like, everyone's like, hey, he wants to talk to you. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm with it. So I go to talk to this fool. I see him, and he tries to push me. Like, I walk up, so I walk up and I see a whole circle of people standing already. I'm like, this isn't a conversation. Like, this is a fucking fight. Like, fuck, dude. Like, not that I'm not down, but this isn't, I literally came ready for a conversation. So I come and I see this fool, and he's with his gang. Like, there's like, I don't know, 5 to 10 of them. And I'm not going to say the Bloods' names either. Those of you who went to school, you guys know. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more. So they're standing there, but the people who he brought to back him up, they were scared of me or respected me already. So they were either terrified or respected me. And he's like, let's jump this fool. And all of them, they're in a gang. Like, they're literally supposed to fucking ride or die for each other. They said, nah, you handle it, bro. And he was like, what the fuck? So he tries to come and push me. And my rule is, if you I'm never going to punch you first. But if you touch me, then I will beat your fucking ass. Like, if you push me, I'm going to punch you. Like, I'm not going to push back, that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you touch me, I will fuck you up, sort of thing. So, and that's what I was taught when I was a kid. Like, if anybody touches you and it's not like playful or whatever, like, you fuck them up. So I was like, all right, like I got full on permission, dude. And I was fully karate trained, kung fu trained, kempo trained. Like, dude, I was with the shit. So, and I had big homies. Like, dude, you were not fucking with me when I was a kid. Up to a certain point, I should say. Yeah, I was getting fucked with nonstop until a certain point. So, so this guy, so he tries to push me, and I kind of like move my shoulder as he tries to push, so it doesn't like really. But I let him just touch me. I didn't let the push happen. I just let the touch happen, just so that gave me my right. So he fucking thinks he can push me, and I'm gonna just push him back, I'm assuming. Dude, his hand just barely touches me. Whap! I fucking cracked this fool with the right, dude, just square in the nose. He just starts like blood just starts flowing everywhere, dude. Like he was wearing a white sweater when he was fighting me, and it just went all waterfall down the front of his sweater. And he runs back and he's holding his nose and he starts cussing and he's like, and he's running at me with his hand cocked. And if you know how to fight whatsoever and somebody runs at you with their fist cocked, the guy with his fist cocked is going to lose if he's actually trying to throw that punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't run up with your hand up at somebody from like 15 steps away and keep your hand up and expect that person to just get hit by it. I'm like, bro. So he came running with his fist. I just stood still. I was like, oh, I'm a Steven Seagal this motherfucker. Because to me, when I get in a fight, everything goes into slow motion. So I'm in this portal in slow motion. It's the same feeling when you like, I don't know if anybody else does any other sports where it's like, if you're surfing and you catch a barrel and it's just like, that silence. It's like time disappears sort of thing, right? Or if you like drift or you race cars or you do gymnastics or burnouts or you do anything that requires like a little bit of danger or like extra focus, like that type of stuff, right? Time slows down and like slow motion occurs and happens. So that happens and he's running at me, fist cocked. I just barely step to the side and bam, just cracked this fool again. And then he gets kind of dazed, but he kind of like comes to and he tries to square up with me at this point. And he's throwing these fucking like windmills at me and I'm not getting touched by one of them. He literally scratched my hand with his fingernail and he scratched like under my eye with his fingernail. And I literally just had this little like line. And I didn't get punched once in this fight. Now, I'm not saying I'm the shit, blah, 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 but this is just what happened in this fight. So, and I'm not saying I'm untouchable because I've definitely been cracked in the face. But, so he's just throwing wild punches and I'm fucking dodging every single one in slow motion. I'm dodging or blocking. Like, I still know my kung fu shit. Like, it's in my muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's happening. And and so I'm just like I said, I'm in slow motion. I'm just like, block, bink, bink, bink. I hit him like right, left. And then he charged at me one more time. Wham! I cracked this fool with a right hand uppercut, and he just fell to the floor. And there was blood flying everywhere. Every time I'm punching him in the face, it's just going like this wet. Like I'm not trying to get too graphic, but let's just say like this wet sounding like fucking like like macaroni stirring. Sort of those was like like this dude like. Homie's face. This is funny. I've never used these innuendos intertwined, but it's like homie's face was getting smashed, dude. Like, so, but with a fist, right? So we're talking about fights. Don't get it twisted. So he's just like blood everywhere. I'm just like, oh, this is so fucking gross. Like, damn, you know, it's like. Yeah, that's a trip. So he fucking knocks out and there's blood flying everywhere. And I got blood all over my shirt and stuff. And I got blood all over my chucks. And I remember he fucking fell down he was charging forward and I had gave him that uppercut. So he was still like his momentum was moving towards me. So he fell forward and literally landed on my feet. And And he was just passed out on my feet. And I remember I cocked my foot back and I was about to just fucking soccer punt his head off his neck. And right at the moment, somebody comes and like tackles me and grabs me. And it's like, homie, chill. And I was about to start punching this fool. And it was some dude I don't even know. But now to this day, that's the homie. What up, Marv? What's happening, homie? I appreciate you. Came through and fucking Marvin just grabbed my ass and was like, bro, no. He's like, I'm not either side. I'm just trying to keep you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. He kept saying that. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. He's like, bro, you can't take it too far. That's too far. That's too far. And he's down as fuck. And for him to tell me, I was just like, oh, I was like, all right. And then at the same time, there was another one of his homies who was trying to jump in. And I'm cool with him now, actually. But back in the day, he tried to jump in. And fucking my homie steps up. And I was going to say his name, but he's part of the later story. So I'm not going to put him out there like that. But let's just call him M. Big M. Let's call him Big M. Big M comes and fucking steps up. He's like, oh, what's up, homie? You got a problem with Calvin? You got a problem with me, homie? What's up, cuz? And fucking, he's just like, oh, so this fool, I'm cool with everybody here now. But like, it was funny because this is just what happened. Anyway. He's like, what's up, homie? You got a problem with Calvin? What's up, cuz? What's happening? Da-da-da-da. And then the other dude's like, oh, this Mirror Mesa, homie, blah, blah, blah. And then the other homie, and then my homie was like, what the fuck? I'll beat your stupid ass. Like, we're all in Mirror Mesa here. And that fool stepped down because my homie, Big M, is fucking scary dude. So, the blunt one ain't out, but we ain't done yet. Hitting a blunt that went out tastes gross. It tastes like gross corn chips. So all that happens, right? I don't get caught, but somehow because all these other people were like there and they were going to jump in and all of this, the rumors flared up that I beat all these people up, but that's clearly not what happened. I fought one guy, I fucked him up, but so he got beat up so bad that we didn't even get caught. I actually didn't get caught until like a week later, which was kind of weird. And what happened, the only reason was because this dude's face was so fucked up. Like his face was just lumped. Like he had 3 huge lumps across his forehead and his whole face and everything was just like a big fucking puffy thumb with eyeballs and a mouth. Like is what he looked like. And now I'm not endorsing or promoting violence. I'm just telling you guys what happened. This guy was picking on me and I stood up for myself and I literally came to talk to the guy and he didn't want any fucking conversation. So I had to protect myself. So what happened is I'm supposed to go on vacation next week anyway. So they, what do you call that? Expelled? No. What's it called when you get in trouble and you can't come to school for a couple days? Not expelled. Suspended? Is it suspended? Yeah, suspended. I got suspended. And then upon my suspension at the same time, they're like, damn, you fucked this kid up. I got accused. They were trying to accuse me of using weapons and all this stuff because I beat this kid up so badly. And so they looked at my grades, they looked at this, and then they looked at my attendance record, which I was there like, I don't know. I had literally ditched my first like 3 or 4 periods every day. I had like over 100 something absences and it was only like halfway through the school year. So they were like, nah, dude, like we got to kick you out, blah, blah, blah. But it was funny because the principal, I don't know if it was the principal or vice principal. He literally, I forgot his name, but he was like the counselor or VP or something at like Wagenheim back in the day or something. I don't know. But he was a cool ass dude. And he was like, look, I'm sorry. I hate to do this. But just between me and you, thank you. That kid deserved it. He was picking on so many people and his record is trash and this and that. And he was like, I knew one day he was going to pick the wrong one and you were that guy. And he fucking looked me in the eye. He shook my hand. We stood up and he was like, I'm sorry I have to kick you out of the school. And I was just like, motherfucker. Damn, I was kind of laughing. I was kind of sad. I was just like, wait, like, I don't get to finish high school like just like that. Like, is that easy? Like, I thought people could at least flunk and do this like a bunch of times. Like, yo, what the fuck? And that was when I had to go to alternative school. And this is where the story merges and I end up getting my house raided and getting accused of murder. So what we're going to do is take a quick break and we're going to be reset this camera real quick and we're going to be right back.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? We bike.
California Cal.
I'm your host. Welcome, Bicycle. So, excuse me. Yeah, dude. So that's how I ended up getting kicked out of school, was a combination of all of that. So I didn't get to walk from high school. I didn't get to walk for graduation. I went to the graduation. That shit was so sad because I'm just seeing all my homies fucking like graduating and walking and doing the whole thing that everybody says we're waiting our whole fucking lives to build up to and all this shit, right? Like, fuck, man. I fucked that one up. And that just reinforced my, like, I'm a fucking loser type of shit, you know? So, next thing, I get kicked out of school. I end up having to go to fucking H-Slob. Well, we're high school diplomacy program or some shit like that. That's what I had to go to. So I was going to this diploma program literally on the side of the school. So the school I had to go to was literally just a bungalow on the side of the whole high school that's outside the gates of the school. So I could have either went to there or Twain. And Twain, I had hella enemies. And this is when I still had enemies and shit. So like, where it was like for reals, I was in danger. I could get stabbed or shot, or like people like really, really, really didn't like me, or I really, 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 really didn't like them. Where it was like 100% immediately on site, like somebody's getting shanked type of thing. Like it was pretty bad for a little while. So I'm going to there. I'm fucking just kind of doing whatever. I got my girlfriend at the time, going to different parties and just kind of, just kind of running amok, being a little hoodlum. And like I said, I've always been a good person, but I've done dumb stuff and I've had the mentality of an evil person. So, it's been a lot of work unlearning a lot of that shit. So it's kind of crazy. Like now a lot of my thoughts and what I do is actually really good. But in the past, I was ready to kill, dude. Like no joke, 100%. I was so serious. So I'm doing all this stuff and I go to a party and this is so stupid. Like I so knew better. I knew better at the time. I knew better before. I knew better during, and I knew better after, and I still fucking did it. I almost felt like I was too small for anybody to notice, like in the scheme of the world and businesses and police and all that, right? Like I'm just me. Like nobody's paying attention to what I'm doing, sort of thing. So at a party one time, I take pictures holding all these guns, and they're like, this is back in the day when you took pictures, it was on film, or it was a disposable film camera, which is like, for those of you younger listeners, you wind that shit up, you take a picture, click, and you take the roll of film, or you take the disposable camera, and then you go to like CVS or Long's Drugs or fucking Save On or Costco or whatever the fuck you had back in the day, and you put the roll of film or the disposable camera in this envelope, and then on the envelope you write your name and your phone number. You could write your address or all that shit, but usually like people at the most would just write their name and their phone number, so in case something got wacky they could at least contact you, or you put your initials on it so people couldn't steal your phone number or whatever, right? All this weird old school stuff. So, and then what happens is they develop your film, and then when they take the envelope, they develop the film, and then they put the developed pictures back in the envelope, and then they put this envelope inside this drawer. And in the drawer, it's like a public thing. So there's like A through Z of all these names, and if you got your pictures printed, then you can go and like, you go through the drawer and you can literally see other people's pictures and shit. Like you could just, there was times I definitely looked at other people's pictures. Like, oh shit, this is like my I don't know, I'm just making, I can't remember specifically, but it's like, oh, this is such and such's pictures. And you look through, like, oh shit, damn, that look fun, you know? It was almost like the old school version of Facebook. So, you know, kind of thinking about it. Like you weren't supposed to do it. It was super nosy, you know, like it was, but I know everybody did it. It's like eating the fries out of the bag sort of thing. Like, so that happens and I'm like, dude, all right, like, fuck, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, okay. So the pictures. So I have pictures of me printed, or I have pictures of me developed and printed, and they're back in the envelope with my name and phone number, right? Or at least my initials and phone number. Usually I just write like my something, right? So it's in this public drawer that any person can come up and go through and look through all this stuff. So if you had naughty pictures or whatever, like everybody had access to seeing them if you didn't just come pick them up right away, right? So, so I have these pictures and they're in Long's Drugs in the public drawer. And there's pictures of me holding guns, like at different, you know, like with different gangsters and different gangs and different parties and different things and all this shit. They're basically able to like document all sorts of shit based off of where my pictures were taken at and who they're of and who they're with and all these things. So fast forward a little bit, I'm going to this diploma program on the side of the school, this little fucking building. Basically, my high school turned into, I had to show up for a minimum of 2 hours between the hours of like 6 a.m. and like 5 p.m. or something. So as long as I did I showed up and did my 2 hours, then I was good. And I only had to do I only had to do it like 3 or 4 days a week or something too, minimum. It was a trip. But I would kind of go based off of how my friends were, my girlfriend and all this shit. You know, I was like, I was relatively social. So I wasn't trying to just fucking be by myself, you know. And there was other people in this school, in this little classroom or school or whatever you want to call it. But we were all like these badass kids. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all like the fucking kids who were having like hotel parties and fucking smoking weed and having guns and all that, like driving to school with no license, and like all of those kids were in my class, right? Or kids who just didn't speak English very well, or kids who just interpreted way differently, right? So I'm going to this, and one day I pull up, and let me think what I did. Oh, I remember. So sometimes, okay, so I got kicked out, but my girlfriend was still going to the school. So I would go and I would like pick her up after school. We'd meet up or something. And then I think I was going to drop her off or something. And then I was going to go into school. Or she was just going to wait for me or something, because it was only 2 hours. So I think she was going to do homework while I went and did my schooling and then came out or whatever, right? So right before we go so I park and I'm going to go into class. But I see my homie, who we're going to call Big M, and my other homie, we're going to call him A. So M and A, I see them like talking shit with these 3 other guys, or like back and forth, right? Like 3 guys were going to fight my 2 friends. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I fucking drop everything. I run. I don't even know if I said anything to my girlfriend at the time. I just fucking start running over to back up my homies, because like they're fucking down and those are the homies, you know? So I roll up and I don't really say anything. I'm just kind of standing there like clearly I'm on their side, you know, like I was standing with them completely. I was a part of the whole thing. I fully engulfed myself in it. So I'm like, all right, standing there and blah, blah, blah. So what happens is one of the guys on the other side goes to reach behind his back to pull out a gun. And right at that moment, as that dude's about to pull out a gun, fucking, I don't know if it was 2 or 3. No, it was 2 officers, 2 undercover officers in an unmarked car. They were in a green, like 96 Mustang convertible. And these fucking 2 white dudes with like jeans and like hoodies come running out of a fucking green Mustang with guns, going, get the fuck down. And I was like, what the fuck? So I turned to start fucking running, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna fucking run zigzags or fucking die trying. Like, I'm not just gonna stand here and die, right? So all this is all happening at the same instant. So dude was about to pull the gun on us, and then they came running at us with guns. So it was a very, 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 very tense and sketchy situation, because what if the gangster dude who we were talking shit with pulled out the gun and just started blasting on everybody, and then that caused the undercovers to freak out and start blasting on everybody. And keep in mind, we're on the side of the high school right at the time school got out. So there's kids everywhere, there's cars everywhere, there's parents everywhere. And the undercover, like, they're running full speed with the guns out by the time, and they're halfway to us by the time I even see them. So by the time I look up and go, oh shit, and turn around and start running, I've got maybe like 3 steps and fucking just got, you guys know who Goldberg is from fucking WWE? Big ass motherfucker. He had this move where he'll spear you, and it's like you get tackled to the hardest fucking degree. Like, you get speared, it's like bam, you get fucking tackled with a shoulder and just like the noise a basketball shoe makes across a court. Like, that's your face across the floor. Like, you get fucking smashed, right? So this fucking undercover comes and smashes me, and because I was the only person trying to run, I got it the worst. So my 2 homies stood there. I guess they had a more coherent view of what's going on, or got scared. I don't know what they felt, but that happened. And I turned around and like I said, I got like 3-4 steps. Fucking bam! I got tackled so fucking hard. Bam! I got fucked up. I got cut all over my face and arms and all this shit. I got fucked up, and like the cop fucked me up, and then so I think my girlfriend comes running over, and then they end up like locking her up and trying to put cuffs on her too. And they're like they're hemming us all up. They're taking all our information. They're fucking putting us on gang documentation and doing all this shit and so on. So I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm literally not even in a fucking gang. Like, one of my homies was, the other wasn't. But these other 3 guys, they were all in gangs, and they were like banged out gangsters, like gangsters, because they were from somewhere else. I almost said where they were, the set they were claiming, but I'm not gonna do that, because that's actually still an active set. But it's some like some Southeasterners, some Southeast riders came up, and they were fucking with the shit, and motherfuckers from Southeast are with the shit, so. They were up, and they wanted all the smoke. I don't even know how my homies got into it with these people, but it was over some OG shit where I was like, it was way above any of us even, I think. I don't even know, dude. But so I get fucking smeared out, and I'm bleeding everywhere. I'm all fucked up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And as he tackles me, fucking presses the gun to my forehead, dude. I'm staring straight, and then he pulls it back just a little, and I'm staring straight down the barrel of a fucking 45, and I'm like, fuck, like,
Damn, dude.
I'm dead. Because I had no idea these guys were cops or whether they were or not. Like, having getting tackled and a gun put to your head, a fucking chrome gun put to your forehead, that shit's pretty scary. So I'm just fucking laid out, and I'm just laying there accepting that I'm gonna die. And I didn't even start pleading or anything. I'm just like, I'm fucking dead. Like, I just kind of like took a breath, and at that moment he got off of me, and I can't even remember. Like, I don't even remember if he just put me in cuffs or if he just made me stand there, or I don't even know. That shit, it was like the adrenaline spike was so beyond anything like that I could like remember to say, you know what I'm saying? So what happens? We get gang documented. They let us all go. I think the other guys got in trouble because he had a gun or something, and they had warrants or what. I don't know what their story was, but I had to go into school. I went into my class, and I'm just fucking all like shaking, like all just like, fuck, man. Like, I wasn't scared. I was more like in fight mode. Like, I want to, like, nah, there's unfinished business. Hell no. Like, my homie's good, blah, 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 sort of thing. But they took off, and I remember my homie A, he had some weed in his pocket. And we were in high school, and this is when weed was still very illegal, especially if you're a high schooler. And I remember the cops searched this thing. They searched all this shit, and they literally just like brushed their hand over it and didn't even like feel it. It was the craziest thing, and they didn't smell it either. It was just in like a cigarette the cellophane from the cigarette pack. So it was just reeking. I don't even like the light. It wasn't even like torched shut either. So you got really like we all got lucky because I don't know who they would have said that was. Oh, this is all you guys. So wow. So fast forward a little bit. Time goes by. Don't think anything of it, right? So I have these pictures inside of. At the time, it's Long's Drugs. It's now CVS, but it was Long's Drugs at the time, and. So those pictures, like I explained earlier, I described the pictures with the guns and at the parties and stuff. They're in the file. I forgot about these pictures. It's not that I forgot. It's just like I hadn't gone to get them yet. So what happens is the guy who was going to pull a gun out on us ends up getting killed. He gets shot specifically at a party 1 week later. So keep in mind, I came to back up my homies who were just kind of having some shit with these people. This guy ends up getting killed. I almost getting killed by this cop and all this shit, or the guy even. And homie gets fucking murdered at a party the next week. So obviously investigators are going to investigate. So they start investigating and they're looking. It's like, all right, well, who's the prime suspect? So clearly it's going to be me and my two homies because we were the last people to have any sort of like altercation with these people. So they rule out my two homies whose actual problem it was because there was no like evidence of them doing anything, like no physical evidence, right? Other than the incident where they were potentially going to fight. But we would have been the victims in that case because they had the gun, right? So this is where it's really fucking trippy. So within all the research that they do between the three of us, like I said, my one homie is an actual actual gangster. My other friend, he's just neutral. And then there's me, like I'm neutral too, but I definitely have way more Crip friends back at that time, right? And you can find me all blued up and all of that. So like, I was like affiliated, but I was never like I wasn't in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was cool with everybody sort of thing. Like I would hang around and shit type of that would be my status, I guess. So they look and they find all these pictures of me holding all these guns and all this shit. And I'm blued up and I got fucking all this shit. It's like, I was almost like an honorary Crip, like to a good extent, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of Crips who would allow me to claim Crip or like to claim the set or whatever type of thing. So it was like that. And so I definitely rocked more with the blue. And if I saw red, it was kind of there would be funk. But at the same time, I had some homies who were Bloods and stuff. And the reason I couldn't join was because I knew people from both sides. And that's why I never joined anything, was because that would mean I couldn't be cool with them, and I couldn't be cool with them, and I couldn't be cool with them when we were all cool since fucking we were kids, you know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother fucking story and whatever, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just don't understand. So I'm always blued up and all this stuff, right? And like, homie gets murdered. They find me all fucking banged out, just got kicked out of school, find me with guns, find me with Crips all the time. And then so they're watching me and they're studying me. So what happened was these fucking guys. Let me see real quick. How much time do we have? I want to make sure I want to be able to capture everything here. You know what? We're going to take a quick break. We're going to reset the camera. We're going to be right back. And we're going to finish this off because this is where the shit gets really fucking crazy. So 1 minute here, guys.
Damn, dude.
I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy. If you guys have seen that, you're laughing. Otherwise, you're like, that was really annoying. Like, well, even if you do know why, it's probably annoying. I'll spare you guys this time. I might bring it in next time if it's still on my mind. Anyway, damn, the blunt's still fucking smoking. I'll put this shit out. So, homie gets killed at a party. They're investigating all of us. My homie's clear. They find me. I'm literally not even in a gang. It wasn't even my fucking fight. And I ended up getting my ex gang documented as a fucking Crip, which I'm not going to say anymore. But she gets documented as a Crip, which is really fucking ironic and funny considering different family that she had who were in different positions, colors, gang, set, whatever. Anyway, so homie gets killed at a party. I have all these pictures and they're spying on me and I'm fucking just fucking gangstered up this whole thing and like they were able to, the pictures of me at a party was enough for them to obtain whatever the fuck they needed to come and check me out way deeper. So this is how I end up getting my house raided by the ATF is I get accused of murder because they think I killed this guy because I got guns in the picture. We were going to fight with this guy the week before. So that was enough for them to come to my house and come in. So it was really weird. It was like, we can search your room or like we can search your room forcefully or we get a warrant and we come back and we search the whole house. And I was like, fuck, dude, like, hell no. Like, you know what I mean? That's like my house at the time was like a very family house. And it's like, I know my dad's got a lot of like, my dad's got guns and this and that. And who, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying, this is not on anybody else. This is on me. So I was like, man, fuck it. Like, well, I didn't have a choice. So, I mean, this is just what they told me at some point. I don't know at what point. So this morning that the ATF raids my house, holy fuck. I can remember it so fucking perfectly. So I wake up and it's maybe like, it was still pretty early. It was maybe like 7 in the morning, maybe 8. And I come, my dad and my mom happened to be out of town and it just happened to be my dad home, which almost makes it, I don't know, man. Like, because with both parents, that makes it worse. You know, it's like you really don't want your mom to see it. It's like your dad, if you got a dad, hopefully they can bro with you to some extent and have some kind of understanding of like, what the fuck, homie? Like, you know, so kind of I think that helped put my dad in that position. But at the same time, that would have been so, it was just shameful all around, right? So my dad's knocking on my door. He's like, wake up. He's like, there's some cops here for you. I'm like, cops here for me? Like, what do you mean? Like, and back in the day, like it was super normal for my homies to come over and be like, oh, like just like tell my parents something funny and then come and like fuck with me to wake me up, right? Because I would always sleep later than everyone else. So it wouldn't be uncommon for my parents to come and be like, oh, hey, there's a something salesman here for you, or like whatever. Or there was times where I would fuck around and I actually had a rascal scooter salesman come up to my door. They were like, oh, if you would like help with your mobility, I'm like, yeah, I would like help with my mobility. So it wasn't uncommon that I get woken up with something really fucking weird. But this time my dad has this look on his face where I'm like, it wasn't just like, oh, hey, like I'm a police officer. Like, hey, well, you know, we're just looking around asking some questions. It was like, there's cops here for you. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, I don't even get it. Like, okay. He's like, you need to come out. I was like, well, tell him to go away. Tell him I'm not here. He's like, no, you need to come out here now. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like confused because my dad never like, you know, he never like talked to me like this. So, or like in this particular way that he was like how he was acting. So I'm like, what the fuck? So at the time I happened to be sleeping in a wife beater and boxers. So I come out and I'm like, I literally remember I was scratching my head walking down the hallway. I was like, what the heck? And like my eyes were still shut. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's that like where it's way brighter than the amount of time you've had to like wake up and open your eyes. So I was like, my eyes are squinting. I barely got like one eye open. I'm scratching my head in my underwear. And I step 1 foot comes out of my hallway, and then there's a rainbow of fucking rifles pointed at me. And I'm like,
Damn, dude.
no, I think I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit. Like, I don't even know. They're like, what is going on? And I see, I'm like, oh, these are no motherfucking cops, bro. Like, this is the ATF, dude. The ATF does not, they don't knock. They don't. And they didn't. They surrounded the house. They came in like SWAT. Like, they came in full fucking jackets. I think SWAT was there also. I think. I don't know. I don't know who's who, but they came in with the fucking the black bulletproof vest and the fucking helmet and the goggles and the gloves and the guns and fucking, and then there's like a bunch of people who have the yellow jackets on over it that says ATF on the back, and I'm just like, holy fucking shit. I'm like, what did I do? Like, did I fucking kill somebody? Like, what did I do? I'm like thinking in my head, like, did I black out drunk? Like, no, I didn't get drunk. Like, no, like, because I wasn't even drinking. I wasn't even drinking alcohol for like several years at that point. Yeah, at that very particular point, I wasn't drinking or smoking. I wasn't doing anything. So I'm thinking, I'm like, did somebody set me up? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm so fucking confused. And then so fucking they make me sit down on my sofa, and they're all just holding guns at me. And so they fucking, what they did was they surrounded my backyard, or they surrounded my house. They went through both sides of the backyard, and then they came through the front, and then were trying to come through the back. And they'd successfully gotten through the front. And that's where I'm just like, dude, like, fuck. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm thinking, because I was like, yeah, you know, I would be up to some sketchy stuff sometimes, but nothing that warranted that. You know what I'm saying? I was never that bad. So, like, anything I did was still like of a good human for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Aside from when I used to steal shit, but like, I would only steal from stores, so that I had some sort of integrity to it, right? Kind of backwards, but anyway, I'm sitting there and they're fucking grilling me, and they're literally saying, "Oh, you know such and such," and they're saying names, of people I actually know, and I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, but I don't hang out with that person. I've never hung out with that person. Like, I know that person, I never hang out with them. I'm like, no, I don't know that person. I don't know that person. No, I don't know anybody. I don't know that. I don't know that. And I was on my gangster shit. Like, nope. Like, because this, and even like, kind of still, like, I'm trying to re-say this in a powerful way, because I always have a bullshit version of talking like this, which is, for so many years I had issues with police that I had such a fucking thing where I couldn't even talk to them or have them be friends or even have a conversation. I was like, fuck you immediately. No, fuck you at all costs, no matter who you are, fuck you. And that kind of came from, you know, all that like gang sort of mentality and outside influence. But at the same time, the cops were fucking with us and picking on us. And I've been robbed by the cops and I've been beat up by the cops. And I'm not a fan of them in general. There are some cool ones because people are people and it's just a job title. But the people who are like, that's their identity, those are the people I got issue with. Like, where they're just abusing their power and all that sort of stuff, you know? So they're grilling me all these questions, and I didn't fucking snitch on nobody, dude. I mean, I didn't have anything to snitch on anybody for, but at the same time, had I just said anything, because these motherfuckers are playing brain games with me, dude, and I'm like, I had studied so much when it came to fucking being interrogated at that point, because like I said, I was living kind of sketchy, but like, I was into that. I'm like, oh no, I could win in an interrogation or not crack. Like, I believe they cannot outsmart me in an interrogation, you know? So that was how I was thinking. And I was like, and I was really good, you know? And I was being honest for the most part, but they were trying to like trick me and make me say stuff. And I caught that easy. Like, I was like, oh no, I'm on to you, bro. Like, I used to, like, I'm a fucking salesman. You're not going to do this to me, bro. So And even at that age, because I've been entrepreneur since I was a little kid, you know, selling stuff and having my little business and this and that, whatever. So they're grilling me. And to this day, there's a couple of you people. You're probably not even going to ever listen to the show, actually. But there's a couple people out there who you guys don't even know that I didn't say anything. You guys have no idea how much I saved your fucking asses. And I'll never even ask for acknowledgement or credit, or you'll never even know. I've never written it anywhere. Never anything. And I still know these people to this day. And yeah, I know my shit's solid. Like, I never fucking said nothing, dude. Like, but I believed in that. It's like, you protect your homies, you protect whoever, even if you're just kind of cool. Nah, dude, like, for me, my street game, my street rules, my street smarts were fucking sound. Like, I very played by the rules. And so, but at the same time, dude, I'm just like, fuck. So what happens? They're asking me, you know, such and such. We saw you at such and such. And it turns out they had been following me for a long time. So what happened was, I got put on gang detail, and I got put on like informal probation. I don't remember. No, not informal probation. It's not probation. It's like, it's a step underneath that where it's not as bad as that. Where basically, I don't know. I think they were just calling it gang detail at the time because they sent out gang units that they created these new gang units and had them sent out everywhere to document gang members all over town and then ship them around, take them to jail, whatever. There's at some point, if you got caught hanging or seen with other people who were affiliated, straight to jail. It was that bad, for real. So they were like trying to tell me this. And so they put me on this gang detail, and I wasn't allowed to wear blue. I wasn't allowed to wear anything with the color C. I wasn't allowed to wear anything that was like that remotely close to gang related. And it was crazy because I was under surveillance for a year, and I had to follow this shit for like I don't remember how long, a year or two. Oh no, it was like a year because I was 17. So it was when I turned 18, the shit goes away. So they're following me, dude. And I literally see like the police officers would circle my house twice a day without fail. Twice a day. Every single day. It was twice a day minimum, let me clarify. They would circle fucking twice a day, every day. So they raided my room and they didn't find anything. I had like a knife, and it wasn't anything crazy. It was like, you could tell it's been sitting in its spot for a while. So, you know, I wasn't like carrying it around. Like, it was like my camping knife for desert or home protection also. It's like, but I wasn't out carrying that around, you know? So they didn't find anything because I didn't fucking kill the guy. I didn't shoot this guy. So I didn't have anything that would have, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do it. So obviously didn't find anything. So they let me off the hook for that, but I'm on this gang detail and I'm under police surveillance for a year. It's like a year, almost a year and a half, like altogether, including from when they started the investigation. So that shit was crazy as fuck, dude. And at some point, they even sent my dad like an apology letter for being too aggressive with me and all this shit. And like, it was pretty wild, dude. And I just remember feeling so shameful. Like, I just got my house raided, like guns everywhere, like fucking the ATF is all in my house, and there's a whole fucking van of more people with guns and helmets and riot gear and shit coming to my fucking house that I grew up in since I was a fucking baby, since I was 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man. Like, that was some shit, bro. So I laid low. I had this stuff. If I got caught hanging with people, with specific people, it was a one-way ticket to jail for me. If I got caught talking, texting, texting costed 10 cents, I think, back at this time. So I wasn't texting anybody. And yes, for you younger listeners, you had to pay for it was 10 cents to receive and send a text message, like 10 cents each time. So if this is where the beginning of somebody going K was like, you stupid motherfucker, you cost me 10 cents to read you saying K? Fuck you. So I was under surveillance for like a year. If I got caught wearing blue or had a C, straight to jail. So I just kind of laid low. I finished school, just hung out with my girlfriend. Started working a lot, bought a quad. That was what led me to breaking my skull, neck, and back, and so on. And it's like, I realized that a lot of these stories and the storytelling is really intriguing. A lot of times I just kind of share the lessons from them. And I think it's almost not as impactful because we need the, like, well, what happened that equals that realization or what equals that story? What is it that, you know, and I don't want to forget my struggles, man. Like, I didn't go through all the shit. I didn't get my house raided for no reason. I didn't have that happen to not fucking talk about this to help somebody else or entertain somebody else. Excuse me. Or at least be able to fucking impact somebody else's world in some way, shape, or form. Because whether this is like thrilling or it's like entertaining or it's informative or you see yourself in it, or you're like, damn, I can't even imagine. It's like, the thing is, it's no crazier than anything you've gone through. You know what I'm saying? We all experience craziness is craziness, pain is pain. Like, we just try and make it bigger than it is, you know? And to me, I'm really not afraid of death, man. Like, and that's not in some like sad sort of thing or whatever. It's like, I'm just not afraid of death. And I need to remind myself of that because I've nearly died so many times. I've been shot at. I've had guns pulled on me more times than I'd like. I've had, oh my gosh, countless near-death experiences on a motorcycle, in cars, on a surfboard, whatever, right? Like, fuck, man. I'm trying to enjoy my life by fucking living it and pushing limits, you know? So, word to the wise, don't fucking hold guns that aren't yours and take pictures with them. Don't fucking get involved in gang shit. I understand it's usually just not that easy, and it's like, it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be joining a gang today. Like, some weird motherfuckers do that after they graduate high school, but most of the people, it's like, you're there out of survival and necessity. You know what I'm saying? You're not like, oh, I want to be a gangster. It's like, nah, these are my homies. I'm tired of getting fucking picked on. Like, what's up? Now I got the rest of us. Yeah, you could pick on us individually, but now we're all together. What's fucking cracking, homie? Like, you know what I mean? So I think that we got to honor our past and honor ourselves and drop in to our, and I heard this recently, which I think is cool, drop into your body. Like, damn, a lot of us we stopped and just disconnected from our bodies and just keep going and going and going. It's like, yeah, a lot of people will work out and whatever, but they're doing it for the wrong reason. So there's a disconnection. You know what I'm saying? So that sort of thing. It's like our motive, our why, and are we enjoying the process? That's what really matters, and that's what's important. So that's why I enjoy making the show. Like, the process of it is so fun. Like, you know, and I do want to say thank you to everybody. We hit 2,500 downloads just not too long ago, or a couple days ago. We're up quite a bit more now, actually. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you to everybody who listens. You guys are fucking awesome. If you guys want more like storytelling, let me know. If you guys want more, I don't know. I think I'm gonna tell more stories because I realized I have a lot of good ones, and I gotta at least put them out. And then sometimes I forget certain aspects. Sometimes I'll kind of tell the same story, but if you're a new listener, you never heard it or whatever, so I'm gonna keep going. Fuck it. We're nearly 80 episodes in, almost at 100, and we're gonna keep fucking going. One day you're gonna see us at 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 1,000 episodes, 2,000 episodes. I got a minimum of a 10-year commitment to this, so you guys will at least be hearing from me for the next 10 years. Well, at least 9.5. And that'll always at least be in the history books. So, yeah. I mean, unless I pivot it to something, but I'm going to be on the mic or in front of the camera or something to some capacity for at least the next 10 years, 9.5 years, whatever. And I I don't know, forever maybe. I've had a lot of psychics tell me that I'm going to be important to some fashion or popular to some degree. I don't know. I don't really care. But we'll see. You know, it's like having a level of influence is kind of cool. And I think that with all this crazy shit I've experienced, I should put that out and just be the influence that I am from the experiences that I've accumulated. Just like we all should be. That's not me trying to like big up myself or nothing. You know, it's like we all should. So I highly encourage everybody to fucking start recording, start sharing, start taking videos of you fucking walking or thinking or having realizations, because people love it, man. It's really, really fucking cool and it's appreciated. So, yeah, dude. And how do you really know how you feel if you don't fucking hear yourself? Like I said this last time, like go back and listen to the last episode. I was pretty proud of that one, actually. Yeah. So, on that note, you guys, I fucking love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave us a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts and wherever else you can leave written reviews. Follow us on Instagram. That's at Damn Dude Podcast. And you can listen to the show wherever podcasts are found. So make sure you please tell a friend, share, tell a family member, tell a friend. The show is free. I didn't bring you guys any motherfucking commercials. If you got any joy or value or entertainment or anything out of this, please share with somebody. Otherwise, if not, just fucking, I guess, keep soaking it up for free. Because I'm going to just keep fucking giving it. You guys have a beautiful evening. I love you guys.
Damn, dude.
Much love. Rooster Tail, that's at Rooster Tail, TALE official. Take us out. 1 minute to Mexico. Much love. Peace.
90 miles push away.